Good evening, everyone. I'm just waiting for Smriti to join. When she joins, I'll just hand over the host rights to her. I'm just here to start the meeting. Hi, Rashi. Hi, Ishu.
Hello.
Hello. I think I'm the only one here.
No,
Okay.
I mean, yeah, speech crafters, yes. They're joining. Still not 3:45.
No, it's fine. So you are Toastmaster. Your good name, please.
You're talking to me?
Yeah.
Saurabh.
Saurabh, okay, Saurabh sir. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Today I was feeling a bit nervous. Actually, I had got my root canal on an urgent basis done. I was not supposed to get it done. But still, like, that was too much of a toothache and things. So I got it done like at 12ish. So I'm feeling a bit nervous also after that. This will be my first speech today.
So don't even worry about that.
No, I'm not worrying.
Yeah, it's going to be absolutely great.
Yeah, I know. I was looking forward for this only. So I was like, it's fine.
Smriti, I'll just make you the host and I'll just leave. I'll come back in some time. I'll take a post-meeting session with the speech crafters.
Sure. Work for us. Thank you so much. DTM Saurabh, can you make? Yeah, I can. I'm a host now. Thank you. Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning here at my side to each one of you. Thank you so much for joining before time and keep that momentum to this meeting. I officially welcome each one of you to the second session of Batch 9 Speech Crafters meeting. A speech crafters meeting is a platform where we all come together to unlearn, relearn a process called public speaking. So let's put your hands together to welcome each one of you for taking that step and coming here today to learn together. A big round of applause to each one of you. Thank you so much. Sticking to the agenda of the meeting, today we will have sessions. We'll start with the session of table topic. We have a table topic master and a table topic evaluator. Post that, we have our very first prepared speeches from our beautiful speech crafters who will be delivering this icebreaker speech. Followed by the icebreaker speech, we will have dedicated icebreaker speeches evaluators. And after that, we'll have education session. We have planned 2 educational sessions today. Okay, we have a lot of things on board. So let's get started with that. All the process in place. It's pretty much difficult to handle each and everything. So I have a very special person who has joined today to help me with the timing part. So I have Toastmaster Athia with me, fellow Toastmaster who has joined from Sunday Live Speakers Forum from Sri Lanka. Currently, she is an undergraduate student from Institute of Technology, University of Moratuwa. She loves reading books and listen to music. Toastmaster Athia, thank you so much for joining today. Can you please give a brief download about the timer's role?
Thank you, Smurti, for that wonderful introduction. So today, as the time of this session, I will time in the table topic session. So for table topic session, each speaker will get 1 to 2 minutes, and the evaluation of the table topic, the evaluators will get 2 to 3 minutes to the evaluation session. So for the table topic session in the speakers, at the first minute, I will display the green background, and the first minute and 30 minutes, I will display the yellow background, and the second minute, I will display the red background. So when moving to the evaluation of the table topics, 2 to 3 minutes. So at the second minute, I will display the green background. Second minute and 30 minutes, 30 second, I will display the yellow background. And the third minute, I will display the red background. For the prepared speech session, today we have icebreaker speeches. So for icebreaker speeches, speakers will get 2 to 3 minutes. At the second minute, I will display the red background, and second minute and 30 second, I will display the yellow background, and the third minute, I will display the red background. For the evaluation of the icebreaker speeches, I will, it is the speech allocated time is 1 to 2 minutes. So I will display at the first minute, green background, and first minute and 30 second, yellow background, and the second minute, red background. So at the end of the session, I will give my report. So thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Simon.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Athia, for the detailed, elaborative report on the timing part. So, fellow speech crafters, a small message for you. Even if we are attempting the table topic, the icebreaker speech today, having said that, please keep a keen eye on the evaluation part as well. You will be the receiver here, but tomorrow you might be the one who will be evaluating fellow speech crafters. So try to learn from the fine art of today's evaluators, whether be table topic evaluation or prepared speech evaluation. So try to learn from the process. Definitely will teach you the other nuances in a session all put together. But keep all your senses open today when you listen to your evaluator. On that note, we all understand till now the importance of impromptu speaking. Maybe a professional setup or a personal setup, it is very crucial to have all the thoughts in mind when you are put to a situation. So to practice that thing, we have a special segment called a table topic segment. For the table topic segment, I have a fellow Toastmaster, Toastmaster Aisha Shukla from Prayagraj Toastmaster Club. She's a teacher by profession, a sci-fi and superhero follower by passion. Currently, she's a full-time mom to a totally awesome 5-year-old one. She has chosen Toastmaster to discover her hidden strength. Toastmaster Aisha, stage is all yours for the table topic part.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shruti, for that warm welcome. Speechcraft Rashi has raised her hand. Does she have any question to ask?
Yes, yes. I was like, when the red button is on, do we have to stop then and there? I mean to say, is it an indication that we need to complete our speech and like give it a pause? Or
I'll just elaborate on that in a bit. I'll just
okay,
introduce the table topic session and I'll clarify the timing part as well.
okay, thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Just for starters, for all those new and old as a part of the Speechcraft session or the Toastmasters journey, very hearty good evening and a good morning to whoever is not here in India. I hope you're all doing well. Some of you, I heard, are slightly under the weather because of a root canal or other things. But
Yeah.
I hope you will be taking it on your chin a little bit and attempting these topics today. So, a little bit about the table topics session in Toastmasters. You will each be given a topic to speak upon, and you have to take 1 to 2 minutes to speak on that topic. We have tried to keep the topics as simple as we can, but even if you find the topic a little difficult, I would still suggest that you attempt it, because in real life, suppose somebody asks you a trick question: what came first, the chicken or the egg? So you kind of find yourself in a spot, and smart answers always get you more people make people more impressed with how you carry yourself. You're all very confident people, you don't need that. Still, just to maybe sharpen our on the spot thinking skills, that is why we conduct the table topic session. When I say you have to speak for 1 to 2 minutes, the minimum time which is required is 1 minute, and the maximum time that you're going to get is 2 minutes plus 30 seconds grace period. So, to answer your question, speech crafter Rashi, once the 2 minute is up, the red card is going to go up and it will stay up till 2 minutes 30 seconds. You are not going to be told when your time is up. So as soon as the red card is up, you have to start winding up your speech. Even for icebreaker speeches, the red card is going to go up at 6 minutes and will stay up. No one is going to tell you that 6 minutes, 30 seconds are over. You have to wind up your speech within the next 30 seconds. You do not have to stop speaking, but try and wind up whatever you are saying as soon as you can. Does that clarify your doubt?
Yeah, the speech, like the icebreaker speech, is for like 2 to 3 minutes. No, that
No,
is for
that is for 4 to 6 minutes. Minimum
four.
4 minutes.
Okay.
Minimum 4 minutes and maximum 6 minutes 30 seconds. You start winding up your speech by 6 minutes.
Okay.
Maximum by
And
Mr. Aishu,
yeah.
I'll just take that one.
Yeah,
Today,
yeah,
the
sure.
icebreaker is for 2 to 3 minutes, Rashi, and we
Oh,
will
okay.
rebrief the timing once the same start. Okay, we'll
yeah, that
now
is why I
complete
was a
the.
bit like I was under the notion that it is 2 to 3 minutes, the icebreaker.
I understand. I absolutely understand. We'll rebrief the timing once again. We'll just start with the table topic part now. Okay,
The table
I hope
topic is again
clear.
for 2 to 3
Yeah.
minutes. Yeah.
Table
Table.
topics is 1 to 2 minutes.
1 to 2 minutes. Okay.
1 to 2 minutes only. I kept on going in the Toastmasters fashion, 4 to 6 minutes. Your icebreaker speech timing will be rebriefed by the timer. For my
Yes.
session, the timing is 1 to 2 minutes only. Okay. So which Toastmaster would like to go first? Just to set the tone of the meeting. Any Toastmasters who would like to go first? I can see evaluator Dwani. Would you like to take up a topic? Are you not
Sure,
audible?
sure,
Okay.
I can.
Okay, great. Toastmaster Dwani, your topic is how do you spend your free time? How do you spend your free time, Toastmaster Dwani?
Such a simple question, yet, when somebody asks you this question, you need to skim through your thoughts. Okay, what shall I say that will sound very wise and very good and very appealing to the eyes and ears of everybody around you? But today, let me be completely brutal and let me be completely honest over here with you all. Everybody loves free time. We all are workaholics. I get it. But when you get that 10 minutes, 20 minutes of free time, what do? Some people may love to cook. Some people may love to go on drives. Some people may love to binge watch. Whereas I just like to lay like a sloth on my bed. When in my free time, I just love to put on my music and sleep on my bed and think about nothing but enjoy the music and enjoy myself and my free time. That is about me being completely honest. And you know what? It's good to actually be like a sloth, be like a panda at times. My mom keeps yelling at me to clean my room, to do this, to do that. And I'm like, I have to do everything in my own pace. So for now, when I have got my time to relax, to chill, let me be. Don't give me tasks at this point of time because it's my free time and I will do whatever I want. But with Indian moms, it's not possible. I cannot say I will do anything or everything. They are then behind you. So yeah, first I have to listen to my mom and then I have to do my work. But yeah, in my free time, I just love to lay down in my bed, do absolutely nothing, think absolutely nothing, put on my earplugs, listen to good music, maybe romantic music or maybe music, like techno for that matter. So that's about me and that's about my free time. Thank you so much and back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dwani. That was a wonderful take on the topic. And who amongst us doesn't like to lie down like a sloth and just listen to music? But mothers, as fate would have it, they cannot have any kind of free time. All right. Moving on to the next speech crafter. Who would like to go first, or should I start picking people?
Even I can go.
Uh, yes. Who was that? Speech crafter Rashi?
Rash, Rashia.
Okay. All right. Speech crafter Rashi. Please share your favorite childhood memory. Favorite childhood memory, speech crafter Rashi.
Should I start?
Yes, yes, please, please. As soon as the topic is given, you can start, please.
Okay. See, our childhood has been like filled with a number of memories. The beautiful nostalgic memories what you have. But one of it, not exactly a very favorite, maybe, but still, I just want to say that I was very, very young. At that time, we had been to Kedarnath to visit Kedarnath with my family and my younger brother and my cousins. So that time, like it was quite long back. I may be like 7, 8 years only. So, but one thing very nice about it's a memory that I really recall that we have pittus there, and we used to those baskets at the back of those people, those Pahadi people. They used to carry us that time. So all my cousins, like my two of my cousins and my brother and me, we were all sitting at the back of on the baskets. We were that young that time actually, and like the whole way we sang the songs, and the song was like Ye Dosti, I think that time it was very popular and we were very young that time. And so the whole time me and my cousin sister, and we were both singing that song. And that was like such a beautiful memory for me till date, because these are the simplest of the things in life what actually represents your childhood. Like you are without anything, and we were not exactly doing justice to the lyrics as well. We were doing our own lyrics in that, the own lyrics, our own tunes, but at the back of the pittu with our caps on, with so many sweaters and jackets on ourselves and things like that. So that is one of my favorite memories, because that expresses the simplicity of the childhood, what we used to be that time. I don't think children of today may be going through such memories. So that was one of my favorite childhood memories, and that chilly weather, and with going along in that pilgrimage place, and with such a nice weather around. So that's all what I have to share. Yeah.
Thank you. That's beautiful. A huge round of applause for speech crafter Rashi. I could feel that happiness in your voice and the smile on your face, and I felt as if I have been transported back to Kedarnath along with your
Yes,
family.
yes, yes.
Such wonderfully
Thank you so
put
much.
thoughts.
Thank
Beautifully
you so
done.
much. Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay, who wants to go next? Is there speech crafter Achal? Yes, I can see you on the screen with that beautiful smile. All right, would you like to take up a topic, speech crafter Achal? Okay. Okay, just to clarify, as soon as I give you the topic, you can start speaking. Your time will begin there and then. Okay, speech crafter Achal. Comfort food or food that makes you happy anytime. Any kind of food, describe any kind of food that makes you happy at any time. Speechcraft Rajal. I think you're on mute. You are on mute.
Now can you hear me? Yeah. I'm a foodie and I like exploring different cuisines of the world and try various cuisines. And like with me, it's always like that. The food has to be perfect, otherwise I will not eat. Like if it's Italian, it has to taste like Italian or any other cuisine. So my comfort food is Italian, and I like pizza and pasta. And somehow, my husband's comfort food is also the same. We discovered that when we were on a honeymoon. So it was a long journey. We had gone to Maldives. And after, a couple of flights, because there was no direct flight from India. So we landed after about, I think, 24 hours or something. And the first thing I told him, while checking that, I'm really hungry. Let's, I want to have pizza and pasta. And he was also shocked, like it's the same. So that's like our comfort food. That's what we discovered. And whenever we are traveling, whether it's a long journey or a short journey, or sometimes, we go to a restaurant and we don't find anything very good or tasty as per our palate. So we just order pizza and pasta. That's the safest option. So yes, so I discovered that this was my comfort food as well as my partner. So it's like a boon to me. Yes.
That's great. That's great. And it's heartening to see how food has brought you two together, if I can say that.
Yes,
You share.
actually, it has.
Yes, that's nice. That's great. Okay, and good to know that you're a foodie.
Yes.
Who wants to go next? I can see speech crafter Ravneet Sabarwal. Are you there? Are you ready to take up a
Yeah.
topic? Okay. Okay, speech crafter Ravneet. Which celebrity do you admire the most? Which celebrity do you admire the most? Speech crafter Ravneet. It can be anyone. It can be a film star or a TV star, anybody. A sports person, anyone famous.
So I'm a big fan of Kareena Kapoor, and so is my daughter. And I think all of us like all her, tantrums and her poo actions, and everybody is very familiar with um, her actings and her roles, and all her favorite numbers. So because I like her because she's very natural, and many times she's been very naturally going with her pregnancy, and with going with her as the life came, she was very natural along the things. It was not very unusual like the other celebrity. Like she was there in the time of pregnancy also, when she delivered a baby also. So she was never off screen. I think she showed all her natural things. So that is what I like, because I can relate it to a normal life. And I like whatever she's portraying with the family life or with the children. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ravneet, Speechcraft Ravneet. I don't know. Somehow, maybe other people might also feel the same. From your side profile, you do remind me of Kareena. So it does not. See, I can see people raising their hands. You remind me of Kareena. You look like her. So no doubt that you admire her.
Not at
In
all.
some,
Can I add something over here? In
yes,
this
please,
group, we
please.
have two lookalikes. One is Ravneet, the other is Paduka. She looks so much like Pariniti Chopra.
Oh yes,
Acha, yeah.
we've got celebrity doppelgangers over here. That's so nice. And you were
I'm
right when
sorry, I'm
you.
not well.
No, you were perfectly audible, and I really admire the way she carries herself. And I was just about to say Toastmaster Kareena. This is what happens when you're saying Toastmasters again and again. All right, I'll move on before I name her DTM. Okay, who wants to go next? I can see speech crafter Jaspreet. Are you there?
Yes.
Are you ready to take up a topic?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, speech crafter Jaspreet. What do you think money cannot buy? What do you think money cannot buy? Speech crafter Jaspreet.
Hi, everybody. So, we must have seen these stickers put up here and there, different shops, or maybe at times places of worship. Money can buy this, but not this. Money can buy this, but not this. So yes, it can buy us the means. It can buy us the supplies. But the actual essence of that, whether I'm able to enjoy that or not, is what I can determine. Money cannot, it can make me arrange things for myself, which can give me physical comfort. But do I get pleasure out of that? Do I derive happiness out of that? That is dependent on me as a person, on my level of satisfaction that satiation that I can derive out of things, that is what money cannot buy. Whether I am happy, because we have seen people, they may be the richest ones on this planet, but still they are craving and fighting for this and that and whatnot. And we've seen people living a simple life, enjoying their family, enjoying what they have in their plate. That is what money cannot buy. Because, everything is a chain reaction. Today I'm dissatisfied. It can lead on to multiple negative emotions. I am unhappy. I will spread unhappiness around. So I may be the wealthiest woman on this planet. I am not happy. My family is also unhappy. I cannot purchase happiness for my family. But if I'm satisfied, from the very beginning, I've shown my children that, see, we have this, how lucky we are. We have all these things, how lucky we are. So I am happy, I am satisfied, and spreading that happiness in my family, because we need to remember it is better caught than taught. This is the way I can teach the people around me. And this is what I feel money fails to get it for us. It is we who can do it with the inner qualities or the beauty of nature or character that we have within us. Thank you very much.
Oh God, you are so articulate. I just wanted to continue to listen to you. How money cannot buy contentment. Money can buy you everything, but cannot buy you contentment. Well spoken, well spoken.
Thank you. Thank you.
Is there any other speech crafters who are left? Mr. Jitendra Rulania, are you a speech crafter or a Toastmaster?
I'm a Toastmaster, but I can try, yeah.
Yeah, okay, great. Okay. So your topic, I have to challenge you then. Okay. What do you love most about yourself, Toastmaster Jitendra? What do you love most about yourself?
Yeah, so what I love about myself, when I was young, I was carefree and never reflected about my actions and their repercussions. As I matured with time, I started reflecting on each and every action, how it is impacting me as well as how it is impacting others. That made me more empathetic. When I say empathetic, I understand the problem from other person's perspective, and that helps me making better decisions in different situations, how whether it's conflict resolution or someone is going through personal problems, professional problems, I try to help and thinking the best intention from my side to help them. So that is the self-reflection is something which is important for me. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. I really understand the importance, and I truly appreciate how you should put yourself in another person's shoe and walk a mile at least. And if you can do nothing, then just run away in those shoes. So, with that note, I would like to now pass on the stage back to Toastmaster Smriti. I hope all of you had fun attempting the different types of table topics. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster Smriti.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Aisha. Can we have a huge round of applause for our table topic master today? She came up with such beautiful topics, which was very comfortable for all of us. I can see that, so I can speak for them. To attempt and express ourselves. Thank you so much for making some time here and sharing your knowledge as well. Thank you so much. Speech crafters and Toastmasters. While we all were so invested in speaking our mind out, there was someone who was very closely monitoring and noticing our entire speech crafting. You know whom I am mentioning here. She is none other than our table topic evaluator, Toastmaster Paduka. Toastmaster Paduka, thank you for joining us. So Toastmaster Paduka has been a Toastmaster for more than 4 years and professionally with more 14 years of experience in automotive segment. She's a project manager and a solution architect. Her motto is to thrive and to do so with some passion, compassion, humor, and style. Toastmaster Paduka, stage is all yours. Please enlighten us with your feedback. Over to you.
Thank you very much. Hello, speech crafters. So before going ahead, just one confirmation, Smriti. Am I supposed to evaluate the Toastmaster speeches as well for TTL or only the speech crafters?
Both.
All right. Okay.
All right. First and the foremost thing is I don't feel like I've come to a speechcraft session, honestly. I felt as though it's another Toastmaster meetings are going on because you guys were awesome overall. The entire session was, I thought there may be a bit of hesitation or a bit of anxiety shown on the screen, but to my, I don't know whether to my disappointment, because I would like more points in that. I didn't find much points over there. So let's go one by one. Obviously, yes, what gets evaluated gets improved, right? But I think I need to take a bit of more on, I need to tighten up my evaluation because you guys are doing well, right? So I think I should not treat you like the first timers or something, is what I feel like. Okay, so first let's start with the Toastmasters 20. So how do you spend your free time? Okay, the one good thing about Toastmasters, there are many good things, of course. So I will evaluate based on the content and the delivery style. Okay, so coming to the content part, it was a well-structured one. She started with a kind of a rhetorical question, right? And then she moved on about, she get curiosity level a bit in her content. She didn't tell the answer immediately, like what she does, right? So she was beating around the bush, but then it's fine. Then she revealed the answer, and then she had her own insight to it about how her mother feels, all those stuff. So well done with the content part, Toastmaster 20. And I personally, I love the energy that you brought out, the voice modulation that you have brought out as well. Right. So yeah, good on gestures, good on energy, and yeah, I mean overall it was a very good speech. Okay, as a part of a recommendation from my side, a bit more content, like working on the structure of the content since you're a Toastmaster, right, would help. Right. I think it sort of bit, I mean, I think maybe I was evaluating. It looked very obvious you're trying to take your time and think what should you talk about, right? So that's what I felt at the beginning. And also you could conclude, the conclusion, you started out well. Similarly, a conclusion, like how do you end a particular speech also would help out, right? So with this, let me go to evaluate speech crafter Rashi. So can I see Rashi on screen? Yes, I could see her. So Rashi, what's your favorite childhood memory, right? It's about the favorite childhood memory. First and the foremost thing, I was so surprised that you guys were very spontaneous. As I said, there was no hiccups. You people were very natural on screen, speaking to the people who do not know before, right? And so yeah, so you were a bit comfortable as well. And right, and the good part is you talked about your personal story, right? And one important point is story always works. Okay, everybody loves a good story. So rather than giving a more of a monotonous just an insight, when you couple your insight, your viewpoint with the story, is the success mantra. Generally, good orators will do that. So I love the part that you have talked about the personal story. Also, you got a little bit of visualization in your content. That also actually helps, especially when in a story, right? You told about, my cousins. You had, like, we were talking about the bus you've taken up and all those stuff. So, whenever you're telling a story, if you add a little bit of elements on how to help us to visualize your story, right? The characterization and all, it always helps, especially in speeches. Do use that kind of concept. Okay. And so few feedbacks from my side. One is the gesture. Okay, so you were it's a bit of an advanced level, but a good gesture always helps, especially with open hands. And you can bring your camera a little bit down because I could see only up to this shoulder level of yours, right? So if you see straight onto the camera, right? So that, the eye contact always helps the audience to be hooked. And then a bit of a gestures will help you to reach much better. All right. So, but all the best overall. It was a very good attempt to Speechcrafter, Rashi. All right. So let me move on to. I'm so sorry. I'm having a bit of a throat issue over here. All right, Speechcrafter Anchal Gupta, right? So it's about her comfort food, the food that makes you happy. Uh, Again, I'll let me evaluate based on your content and your delivery style. Okay, coming to the content part of it. I love, again, a personal story is used, right? So kudos to that particular part. And I think you're very spontaneous, natural. So there's a bit of authenticity I could able to see in your conversation. That those things are very important, right? Even in Speechcrafters Rashi's one or in yours, I could see, since you're talking your personal story, I could also see that smile on your face. You were the facial expressions were as though you're feeling nostalgic about that happenings. So I could feel all. I mean, I could see all those thing on your face. So kudos to that. Actually, no. Generally, someone who has that kind of energy, it sort of perpetuates in other people as well. People are like, okay, what is happening over here? Right? So energy with a bit of a smile always helps to, it just creates a ripple effect. So people love that. So kudos to that. And yes, a few pointers. One is, I think this is general pointers for everybody as such. Now that you can speak well, you may need to structure a little bit. In the sense, even if it's a spontaneous one, you need to start something with a dramatic opening sentence that makes people, okay, what is she going to talk about? And then a bit of, then you explain a little bit about the concept and then end with a bit of a concluding remarks, right? I know it will be very difficult to come with all these things on spot, but that's how you can think on your mind. Next time when you tell a speech, you need to have a good introduction and a body and a concluding remarks, right? And you need to keep a camera again a little bit higher. To everyone over here, see that now you have your eye contact on your camera and see that we can see your gestures. Else it will be like, even though you may be doing, but it's not visible. I could see you're doing the gestures, but it was half visible for me, Speechcrafter. And yes, with that, let me move on to the so the next speech crafter, speech Ramneet, right? The Karina Kapoor of the session. Right. So the celebrity that you admire the most. All right. So, all right. So again, you were very spontaneous, right? You were authentic. I mean, good that you take, it is okay to take a bit of time, maybe 10 seconds to think. That is okay in table topics. If required, you can also cross verify with the table topics master. But generally, we will take like the 10 to 30 seconds. It varies from meeting to meeting to think, okay, what am I going to talk about? That is okay. And again, you had the smile on the face, so which I loved it. And I love the personal opinion that again, it's your personal opinion on the story. So I could see that authenticity from you as well. So again, from my side, again, you can work on the structure of the, next time you got the answer, Karna Kapoor, yes, you have it on your mind. So you just need to, figure out how you can structure things. But again, this would come only with a practice, right? So next time when you go to every Speechcraft session or your Toastmaster meeting in the future, do attempt for a table topics. Okay. So it's like the practice make it the man perfect. Okay. So again, proposition again. See you diagonally, it's like somewhere from the down, your current camera position is like down and from the diagonal part. So it's a bit of yeah. So you may need to like turn out a little bit to the center of you so that you will be on the center. And again, I could see you can be also a little bit, away from the camera a bit. So I could see your gestures. I could see your face, I could see your eye contact. So it will be like as though directly you're talking to the audience. All right. So yes, then let me move on to the final speech crafter. Speech crafter Jaspreet Kaur. Okay, I hope I'm pronouncing it right.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, thank you. What money cannot buy. The first and the foremost thing with the kind that you deliver, I just felt wow. It just felt like you spoke like a Toastmasters to a well experienced Toastmasters to Jaspreet. So kudos to that. And one tip from my side, this is for everybody, not just for you. When you the table topics, or you can speak something spontaneously when you read a lot, right? So like you may need to read a lot of books, or you have to see things around you. Only then when there is a question, things will pop out from your mind. So just I love the viewpoint that you have put out, and I love the articulation that like how you articulated it as well. Right. So the content, kudos to the content and a bit of a structure. Well done on that particular part. Again, you can think about how you have that any rhetorical question or something at the start, and or the concluding also. It should not be like abrupt. Okay, you have this viewpoint, but you need to have a smooth conclusion as well. But overall, I love the content part of it. Coming to the delivery style, and of course, the language, the use of languages was also very well done in that part as well. Just you talked about it, few words like chain of reaction, or so I love the language that you have used as well. Coming to the delivery style, the pause that you have made, like, that is very important. Okay. So you sort of did well when you need to pause, when you need to not pause. So you have done very well in this particular sector. So well done for that. Again, eye contact was good. And yeah, if there's something that you may need to improve, is your gestures again, right? And a bit more energy, right? And you have this good smile. You may need to smile a bit also when you talk.
Thank you.
So, I mean, this is, it's not mandatory or something. It's something like it will help people, to hook up onto you. They will listen to you. People all love that positive vibe. So yes, but overall, all of you are like awesome, is what I would say. And finally, to our Toastmaster Jitendra, about what do you love? Right? So, right. So Toastmaster Jitendra, again, a good job on that. You were able to speak. I'm not sure whether you have covered the complete timing. Maybe no, right? So I think maybe you got you got sort of a bit of you got maybe your name was called out of the blue, or you sort of gave. I felt that you're a bit hesitant to start at the beginning or something of that sort, right? But again, good. You may need to when you everybody need to like tilt your camera a little bit down. Even you, again, I could see only this head portion of it. I could see a lot of the above part of yours, right? And then your eye contact, your eyes are moving like constantly, like sides. Like I know you are thinking. This is generally one mistake that people do, is that either some people see on the top or you see on the side. Especially in the virtual environment, it's very important you see on the cam. If you're in the physical environment, we would say you can see like this, right? And you can see the top of the heads, right? And when you're doing an in-person session, right? Because if you see someone very particular, you may get distracted, right? If or some people will be, or you would be like hooked onto a particular part of the stage. So we will say, if you're in an in-person, then just skim through like on their heads, go from left to right, all those things. But if you're on a virtual cam, see right on the camera, right? Because that makes your audience hooked to what you're saying. with that, I hope I did justice to the role, Toastmaster Smriti. But overall, I must say that these guys are fantastic. Like, I don't know, is this the second time or the third time they're attempting a table topic speech, or uh, is it their second time or third time? Third? Okay,
Second-
wow. So
second
for a third time, this is really good, because generally the first, if it is a guest speaker, like people will just see the meeting only for the first 2 3 times, and even in the Toastmasters, whoever has joined newly. But you guys were fantastic, I must say. Right, keep up the spirit. Over to you, Toastmaster Smith.
Thank you so much. Please put your hands together for our evaluator. Patiently, she has given so many detailed input to all our speakers. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Paduka, for your time. I know I can feel you were also a bit under the weather, but thank you so much for joining today and sharing all those meaningful insights with our Toastmasters as well as speech crafters. I'm positive that these will help them to refine their speeches further in the coming sessions all put together. Thank you so much. Okay, then. Moving forward, now the most awaited moment. There is a saying called Wo Ghadi Aa Gayi, and this is the ghadi we are talking about. The icebreaker speech from our speech crafters. This is going to be their first speech delivery on the speech crafter session all put together. Each speech crafter will get an evaluator. I'll just read out the name the moment you started. Our very first speech crafter, Rashi, will be our first speaker, and her evaluator will be Toastmaster Dhwani. Toastmaster Dhwani, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, awesome then. There is a format in which I will read out. I will start with your name, your speech title. Again, your speech title and your name. The moment that is done, your timer will start and you will start the speech. The time is 2 to 3 minutes. 2 minutes, the timer will show the green card. 2 minutes 30 seconds, yellow card. 3 minutes, the red card. After that, there will be a 30-second buffer for you to wind up. But the card will remain as it is. Okay? Any questions on that? Shall we go ahead?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I was like, there are a few things I have to read it out like. So is it fine? Maybe my eyes may go down for that.
No problem. This is your
Yeah.
first speech. So please feel comfortable when you deliver. How you deliver, we will leave it up to you. And we have an evaluator who can give you more insights once your entire speech is done.
I think the
Okay.
camera is fine now, like the Toastmaster, she suggested it to be a bit down so that you are able to visualize more
I
of
think
the-
this is good. Else we might miss the upper part of your body. This is good. This is good as of now. Okay.
Okay.
So let's begin. Let me reiterate. Timing is 2 to 3 minutes. I will read out your name, your speech title, your name. Then you might start from there. Okay, speech crafter Rashi, let's begin with you. Let's put our hands together and keep motivating all our speech crafters. The first time they are going to attempt their speeches. All excited for all of you and good luck. Speech crafter Rashi, where the mind is without fear. Where the mind is without fear, speech crafter Rashi.
Good afternoon, everyone, Toastmasters and all my friends here. So I'm here before you to deliver my first speech. And so that is what I want to show a glimpse of what I have or what I have, my life has been perceived about and what I think towards it. So as my title goes, I'm quoting Rabindranath, is where the mind is without fear. You know, I have from the very beginning being a strong believer of the power of education. So because I believe that this is the key to personal growth as well as the societal growth. So what I feel, education always gives us confidence to confront with any adversities, with any challenges, what are a part and parcel of everybody's life. So as we move towards that, the education always gives us a bit more confidence towards a number of things. So till date, like now, as to my age, like I have been accepting challenges and gone through so a number of experiences in life. But what I've felt like resilience and determination and the strong will to work and God's grace and faith in God above all has always driven me behind my abilities to overcome. So I have just brain trained myself over the period of time to think on this. Like the motto now to for me has become "Dar ke aage jeet hai." So I'm really looking forward for things and to experience a number of things that actually I'm going through like now, and trying different a number of different things in my life to overcome my fears. So like relating to few of my experiences, like this August only I had been to Europe, and I'd been to Jungfrau, and I could see ziplining going there. It was something very challenging for me, as well as putting butterflies in my stomach, but still I did try to give it a bit. So because my son was there with me, so I thought that this will be one experience that I'll be able to conquer my fear over this thing. So I just tried that ziplining with so much of fear in my heart, but that the fear after that few seconds had gone away. So these things bring you a lot of they bring a lot of confidence in you. Once you do something that you fear, and once you overcome that thing, that actually brings so much of confidence in you. And same in very many other things. Like this time I had been given a chance by the Fiki platform to perform. So all these things are actually giving me a lot of things to work on. And I am like, this is my driving force at this point, to do maximum what I can do with my abilities, to pursue, to learn new skills, and like to come forward with more of my personal growth. So I'll be being this like, so I may be putting up a closing sentence towards my speech for to again, I'm quoting Robert Frost for that. What is the actual motto in my life as of now? That I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep. So this is one crux what I'm actually working on now, to conquer, to gain as much of skills what I can do, to serve people, to become compassionate and to see things differently, and to do a lot whatever I can do without wasting my time on like any useless things. Because now at like 55 again, I have got my children settled, most of them, and I really want to experience most of the things. So I think this Robert Frost lines totally resonate with my thoughts over the period of time for my journey of life ahead. So that's what I really want. And I'm really so happy to share my thoughts about it. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Speechcrafter Rashi. Let's put our hands together for delivering the speech so fluently. Rest, we leave it completely up to the evaluator.
Yes.
Moving ahead with our second Speechcrafter. Speechcrafter Jaspreet lined up next, and the evaluator will be Toastmaster Jyoti. Toastmaster Jyoti, are you there?
Yes.
Okay. Speechcrafter Jaspreet, the spluttering popcorn. The spluttering popcorn, Speechcrafter Jaspreet.
Thank you, Smriti. Hi, everybody. A small girl sitting with her siblings, listening to her parents narrating stories day after day. The most beautiful part of my childhood. This inclusive parenting formed my nature, my character. I grew up to achieve my dreams, did my graduation, post graduation, and other professional degrees. In due course of time, I became a senior English faculty in modern public school. Then I got married and we had our two kids. Life was going on in a very smooth manner in the initial years. The hiccups started when my kids, rather, I should say, our kids began with their schooling. We wanted to give them a wholesome childhood, the kind of childhood I had enjoyed in my younger days. But our private jobs were encroaching into our personal arena, and we were feeling really very, very suppressed with the desire of going along with the kids the way we had wanted to. In 2010, I decided to quit my full-time job of 13 years. I was going through mixed emotions. I loved my job, my work for sure. Yet I wanted to be available for my kids as well. But I knew life never offers you that perfect combo deal that we can never get. Questions were popping up in my mind. Will a single salary be sufficient? Will I regret my decision in the times to come? What if I regret? But I put my papers forward. Soon after, I got a call inviting me to join as an English language expert. To my utter surprise, the call was from Hindustan Times. They were starting their learning centers by the name of StudyMate. Now, how could I say no to it? I was obviously interested, yet I had my limitations. Back then, in those times, there were no part-time jobs for teachers. I had 100 conditions. Guess what? This job filled all the conditions. I realized what plans God had for me. The guys at Hindustan Times offered me a part-time role. All the talks and negotiations were fruitful. I was the first English faculty taken up by Hindustan Times. This was the turning point in my life. It opened new avenues for me in the years to come. That was the day I truly understood my dad's analogy of the popcorn. He used to say, life will bring unexpected situations, ups and downs. Take them as the heat and pressure applied on the popcorn kernels in the right measure. How beautifully they do their job. They splutter, they grow, and they evolve. Life had been exerting a lot of pressure on me in the past few years. I took it in a positive way. All my popcorn kernels had started spluttering one by one. Things were changing for teachers as well. I became a visiting faculty for a few leading schools of Delhi along with Hindustan Times. I was able to utilize my time in the best possible manner. I became a judge. They started calling me as a judge for inter-school competitions, zonal level competitions. My popcorns were still spluttering. I became a trained trainer of IELTS, a writer and translator with France features. Now I'm also a soft skills trainer. I feel I've achieved many milestones as yet till this time. I guess the biggest one is yet to come my way. I'm still enjoying to see my popcorn kernels pop one after the other, or should I say, I'm loving it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Speechcraft Jaspreet, for explaining that beautiful journey in a very wonderful choice of words. Let me not speak further here. Thank you so much for your speech delivery. Moving forward, we have speech crafter Ravneet. And the evaluator is Toastmaster Upasna. Toastmaster Upasna, are you there?
Yes, I am there.
Okay, yeah. Speech crafter Ravneet. My journey. My journey, speech crafter Ravneet.
Hello, I'm Ravneet Sabarwal, and my career has been diverse and a very fulfilling one. I began my career as a banker with a private institute, and then I transitioned into a world of NGOs where I held leadership positions of president and secretary, and I earned several awards also there. During a sabbatical, took care of my family. I had to take the responsibilities as my in-laws were very unwell and my children were very young. They needed me. So as they grew older, and then when they went into boarding, I transitioned into my husband's business of mining and eventually becoming a director there. I didn't stop learning and growing. I then embarked on a journey into image consultancy and soft skill training offered by ICBI. I started to unlearn and relearn again. On a personal note, I am blessed with a wonderful family, with my loving husband and two loving children, a 19 years old daughter and a 13 years old son. So life is a journey filled with unexpected twists and turns. Embrace the adventure, learn from these challenges, and savor the moments, for it's the journey that defines us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ravneet, for taking us in that ride of your life. Thank you so much. Let's have a huge round of applause for our speech crafter, Ravneet. Speech crafter Anchal, up you next. Okay, we have Toastmaster Jitendra. Yeah, you're up there. So, Anchal, Toastmaster Jitendra will be your evaluator for today. Speech crafter Anchal, empowering experiences, shaping futures. Empowering experiences, shaping futures. Speech crafter Anchal. Anchal, you are on mute.
So sorry. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and the esteemed jury. Quoting Albert Einstein, I have no special talent, but I'm passionately curious. It all began in the city of Dehradun, where I was just a wide-eyed student at the prestigious Welham Girls' School. It was a Sunday afternoon when my computer teacher told me that technology is just a simple code. My passion towards programming introduced me to the world of software engineering at VIT University, Vellore. It was a time of personal and professional growth where I collaborated with the brightest minds of the industry like LinkedIn. Life is all about experiences. Sometimes you need to get lost in order to find yourself. Fast forward my university days, I found myself in the vibrant city of Manchester. As a postgrad student at the University of Manchester, amidst the digital frenzy world, I discovered my true calling, a passion for education and mentorship. I was drawn to the idea of shaping young minds and helping them. Sorry. Therefore, after returning back to India and getting married, I joined as the role of a managing trustee at Jain Public School, Bareilly. Each day at the school felt like a turning page of a novel filled with challenges and those heartfelt moments of young minds discovering their potential. Albert Einstein once said, "You can't judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree. It will live its whole life being stupid." So today, I, Anchal Gupta, stand before you as a career counselor at Brain Aerobics, guiding students in their academic and professional growth and helping them craft their successful stories. I firmly believe that everyone is a winner. All we need to do is just to find our own strengths and our abilities. My mission is to provide awareness to the young generations by giving them ample and wide spectrum of opportunities so that they realize their inner potential and discover their inner self. As I share my journey, I hope you can feel a sense of adventure that is accompanied throughout my life and my unwavering dedication to make a positive impact on the society. My message to you is simple. Take experiences as they come. You never know which one will lead you to success. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Anchal. Let's put a huge round of applause for her. Everyone who is on camera and can come on camera, I would request to give a standing ovation to all our speech crafters because they did try to deliver a speech today. So kudos and congratulations to each one of you. Great job. Okay, I hope now you are feeling a bit more relaxed for our next sessions to come. Before we move ahead, I would request Toastmaster Athiya to help us with the timers report for both table topic and the speeches which are delivered now. Let me know if you can share your screen.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Give me a second to share my screen. Hope can you see my screen?
Yes, it's visible.
Today our Speechcraft session 2, the table topic session, Toastmaster Davani, she took 2 minutes and 10 seconds, and Speechcraft Rashi took 2 minutes and 20 seconds, Speechcraft Anchal took 1 minute and 32 seconds, and Speechcraft Ranveer took 1 minute and 5 seconds, Speechcraft Jasprit took 2 minutes and 4 seconds, and Toastmaster Jitendra took 53 seconds. So other all are within the time, only Toastmaster Jitendra only not within the time. And when the table topic evaluation, Toastmaster Paduka evaluate all the Speechcrafters and Toastmasters. So she is within the time in all the evaluations. And when icebreaker speeches, Speechcraft Rashi took 4 minutes and 40 seconds. Speechcraft Jasprit took 4 minutes and 4 seconds. Speechcraft Ranveer took 1 minute and 42 seconds. And Speechcraft Anchal took 3 minutes and 5 seconds. Speechcraft Rashi and Speechcraft Jasprit are not within the times. Other two are within the time. So that is my report. Over to you, Toastmaster Smoothie.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Athiya. Can you please paste it in the chat so that our speech crafters can refer to it later? In case we're unable to, you can please directly share with me over WhatsApp. Okay?
Okay, sure.
Thank you so much. Moving forward, today we will have dedicated evaluators who will be evaluating your speeches. Evaluators, a quick note, since this is an icebreaker speech, we have kept the evaluation time 1 to 2 minutes. So I would request each one of you to stick to your time. As you know, there is a timer in place. Okay, so Toastmaster Dhwani will be evaluating speech crafter Rashi. Toastmaster Dhwani, stage is all yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Smriti. And to my target speaker today, speech crafter Rashi. I want to tell you that pick up your hand. I want you to pick up your hand. Come on, Rashi. Put yourself and pat yourself on the back. A great job done with your very first speech. And I know that it takes a lot of courage to come here and speak today in front of your audience. And you did a really great job. What I really loved about you was your voice. The voice that you have is very powerful. And I must say that your voice is one of your strengths. And going down the lane, it's going to be a very great aspect for you, and it's going to be an asset for you as well. I really like that, in your speech, you had a lot of elements and you brought out a lot of content and you had a lot to offer. Coming from somebody who used to have a lot of fears, and I'm sure this is also one of the fear that we all used to have, and we are here today to overcome that. And you have taken that step to overcome your fear of public speaking and joining everybody here today. I really love the courage and the confidence that you demonstrated today while delivering your speech. However, to elevate your speech when it comes to the content wise and the delivery wise, I have 2 suggestions for you. Number 1, when it comes to the content, though you had a lot of elements, somewhere your speech did not have a structure. So how about you have a structure in your speech? Now, what I mean by structure is at one point you're talking about your fears, and the other point you're talking about your Europe trip. Now, the connectivity over here, the flow over here has been deviated. So how about when you are writing your speech, make sure you stick to only one element, one story, and only deliver that, so that it will create a much better impact. The second suggestion I have for you is, there were times when you were using so. Now we all have that filler words that become our comfort word. So instead of starting again, like I'm also doing right now by saying so, now so becomes a filler word. So how about you try to substitute so with another word instead, or maybe then start your sentence, or just start your sentence without using any filler word. One tip I have for you right now is, instead of wasting time in talking about, now I'm going to complete my I'm going to conclude my speech, thank you so much, this is my title. Instead of using all these things, just start with your speech and just conclude it. Don't have an indication, or don't tell people that now I'm going to conclude it, because it will be a time waster. I'm taking a bit of time over here because I felt this was a bit more important. Overall, I loved your speech. Congratulations and kudos to you. Just two suggestions, work on them, and you're good to go. Thank you so much. All the best for your other speeches. Back to you, Toastmaster Smriti.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your valuable suggestions. Dhwani, yeah.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Dhwani. Moving on with our second speech crafter, Jaspreet, who will be evaluated by Toastmaster Jyoti. Toastmaster Jyoti, stage is all yours.
Yeah. Sorry, I logged in with two devices and it was an echo. Can I see Jaspreet on screen?
I'm here.
Can
Oh,
you
yes,
see her?
I can see her.
Okay.
Jaspreet, first of all, congratulations on finishing your speech. So I will evaluate your speech in 3 steps. First, what I loved about your speech. Number 1, you started your speech with a story of a small girl sitting and talking with her parents. There you have caught the attention of the audience, because people love to listen stories, and that's the best thing you have did. Number 2, your journey was smooth and beautiful, but life has its own ups and downs with challenges. But you overcame those challenges so bravely by giving time to your children and taking up the offer of times. You have narrated it very beautifully in your speech. The transitions in between the sentence was good. Number 3, nice use of language and nice phrases. Number 4, your self-talk was fruitful. And I must say that your journey is so inspiring and you have truly achieved milestones, and there are many more to come. So along with this, I have few areas of improvement, feedback for you to elevate your speech in future. So number 1, maybe you can, I felt that when you are delivering your speech, you can show some hand gestures. It feels like you are delivering your speech and not reading it. I know this is the first time, but maybe in your next speeches you can implement this hand gestures, and you can keep your camera a little bit down so that it's visible at least half, right? So that we can see some hand gestures. Second, vocal variety. Maybe you can work on vocal variety. For example, when you got offer of times, you said that was smooth, like you were, it was like a line to line, but maybe you could have added some pauses and elevate that. For example, guess what? I got offer from Times. Pause. So that it's like an happy moment for you. And then you could have said, I felt so elated. Expressions. So when you add these small things, it can help you to elevate your speech, and you can implement these things. Overall, to summarize, I absolutely loved your speech, great transitions, and your journey was so inspiring. Thank you. Over to you, Smriti.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jyoti. Moving on with our third speech crafter, Ravneet, who will be evaluated by Toastmaster Upasana. Toastmaster Upasana, stage is all yours.
Congratulations, Ravneet, on your first speech. It was very good. I understand you were nervous, but you have nailed it. And I'm very proud that you have finished it, no matter what happens. So kudos on that. Things which I really loved was the way you have explained your life in very crisp format. You have not dragged any of the points. So we could understand what all are the crux. That was very good. Third point is the content was very crisp, and we could even though you had such achievements, you have kept it very minimalistic. So this did not you did not waste any time over there explaining any of the topic. Now, area of improvement where you can actually take your speech in one level up. That is, the start has to be bit interesting. You started at very go. So in this, what happens? The attention of the audience you are not able to grasp. Point. Second, the transitions. Even though your content was very crisp, cool, but the transition has to be smooth. Like you were working, then you took sabbatical. So this was very like point number one, full stop, point number two, full stop. No, it has to be a smooth transition saying that you were working for suppose 10 years and after that some family emergency had come where you thought that or your in-laws or whatever your family thought that this is a wise decision, and after that I took a sabbatical. Then what did you learn out of that? Something along that line. This will help the audience to imagine also that, okay, this has happened, now she took this. This is how the transition should go. And the third point is, you were reading your speech. This is your story. You have to emote emotions. Otherwise, audience will not understand. Reading a speech and delivering a speech is very different. Okay, so next time by heart your speech or keep the paper, but since it is your story, you know the story. So emote your emotions. Have that feeling. You know how you have worked. You know how what feelings you have gone through. Okay. Overall, it was very good. Your content was very crisp, and even you were in time. So kudos on that. So all the very best for your future. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Upasna. Okay, our fourth speaker, speech crafter Anchal, will be evaluated by Toastmaster Jitender. Stage is all yours. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Smruti. So, speech crafter Anchal, what I like about your speech is the body language. You had a smile throughout the speech, and there was a constant eye contact. So, which made me, stick to your speech. And I can see you had taken us through the entire journey, starting from school to your Vellore, and then afterwards you moved to Manchester. Again, you joined as a management trustee, and then you became a career counselor. So you have taken through the entire roadmap that how you have moved from, your education, how you have evolved as a person, and went through the different transition. But to elevate your speech, what could have been improved? I think you were using the paper. So even though you are using this, make sure that it is not visible to the people who are attending online. At least you can have some cue cards which can be stick around the laptop or a mobile, which will help you to pretend that you are not reading the speech. That is one area of improvement. Another one is since it is your personal story, there has to be some emotions which was missing. And in addition to that, how you can add the vocal variety, which will take your speech to the next level. Overall, I really enjoyed how you delivered. It sounds quite confident. There was no hiccups in between. It was very clear, precise, just that you need to work on small here and there and make sure that these papers are not visible when you deliver the speech. So that doesn't give the impression that you're reading from a paper. Overall, I'm quite satisfied, and I'm sure that you can better speech in future. Yeah, overall, it's quite delivered speech. So kudos to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Jitendra. Speechcraft is enough food for thought. You have you heard all the evaluations. You know certain areas where you really excelled, and certain areas, if worked upon well, can elevate your speech and take it to the next level. We have many more things in our bucket today. We have our interesting educational session. By the time we move to the educational session, Toastmaster Atia, you can share our evaluators report to me separately, just to save our time. We will start with our educational session now. I read a quote this morning that a lack of knowledge creates fear. Seeking knowledge creates courage. And I'm pretty much sure that no one wants to have that fear in life. We want to learn more, maybe unlearn certain time. That's what we are here today. We have two educational sessions lined up for you where we will learn a lot of things, maybe unlearn few, and relearn in the entire process. To have the educational session, we have our first educator. Okay, I can see her on my screen. Toastmaster Joanne Joseph is with us to share her inputs, her idea, her knowledge about our very first topic. I'm a bit scared to give the introduction, but let me try this. Toastmaster Joanne Joseph. Speaking about her, she's a content writer, a passionate reader, and an introvert who finds joy in conversation. She immerses herself in diverse music genre and languages, while her free evenings are spent treasure hunting in vintage books and stationery stores. Toastmaster Joanne, stage is all yours to share your thoughts on our topic, introducing a speaker. I'm just reiterating the timer for everyone's benefit. The timing will be 5 to 7 minutes for this content delivery. Later, it will be 2 and 3 minutes for the Q&A session. Okay, then. Toastmaster Joanne Joseph, introducing a speaker, Toastmaster Joanne Joseph. Stage is all yours.
Wow, you made it into a speech by giving a title introducing a speaker. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Smriti. Good evening, everyone. What an interesting session it has been. And one of the best things I like about any Speechcraft or Toastmaster session is icebreaker speech. Because you guarantee get to hear something new. And when you hear something new for the first time, it's always interesting. It's not all the boring topics about resilience, procrastination, health, wealth, all of these topics you hear a lot. But when I hear your personal stories, it was very much interesting and fun. So that's the power of the first time. Anything that you do for the first time is interesting. Anyone that you're introducing to a group of people for the first time is important. Now, if anybody in this group feels like introduction of a speaker is not a great skill, is not one of the most important skills. Kya hi hai, ek paper diya jata hai. I just have to say good evening, thank you, sir, and read out the introduction and come back. Kindly raise your hands. And I promise you, I won't be against you guys if you honestly raise your hand and say, I feel it's not an important skill. Everybody thinks it's an important skill? Wow. Okay, thank you, Rashi, for being so honest. Truly, even I never thought it's an important skill. Because what do? You just go, you read the biodata or the introduction provided by the speaker, and you come back, right? Now, let me just tell you two things. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry to disturb. I just want to tell you that it is important. I was not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Rashi, you said it's important. Thank you then, Rashi, for being on my code and agreeing with me. And then this is going to be very easy because I have a group of people who already think the subject is important. I don't have to first convince you why you need to hear me out for the next 5 minutes.
It is important, actually.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So now that we know it's important, let me tell you two things that can go absolutely wrong if you give a flop introduction. Okay. The first thing, your reputation goes down. You may think like, yeah, like just an introduction. It matters. Even if you say tomorrow you're in a professional setting, you're in a seminar, in a school, a group of CEOs have come together, group of doctors, anything, right? And you just have to go on the stage for a minute to introduce the keynote speaker or introduce the chief guest. What you're going to say in that 1 minute about that person establishes your reputation as a speaker. So it's very important. And let me tell you, it's very hard because you are trying to bring in your reputation as a speaker in 1 minute by talking about someone else. So imagine how hard it is to tell people that I'm good as an introducing person. That's the first thing. Second thing, if you flop, then the responsibility falls on the speaker who comes in. You have not done a good job of giving an introduction. Then the speaker who's coming after you, he has to do a job of introducing himself again, telling the audience that, okay, this is what I meant when I gave the introduction, and then start a speech. So then two things happen. One, your reputation is gone. Second, the responsibility of the speaker increases. Third, chances that the people will call you back on stage is very low. That's why introducing a speaker is an art in itself, unlike speechcraft and giving a speech. Okay. Now, the first thing you have to understand is there is a lot of preparation that goes on when you introduce a speaker in a professional or, for that matter, personal setting. A lot of preparation will require only maybe 2 minutes of your time. 2 minutes, that's it. But people don't give that 2 minutes and they make a mistake. So what are the steps of preparation? Let me go deep into that because I just have 5 minutes to teach you this, right? The first thing, the name of the speaker. Now, I want you guys to unmute anyone and try to spell my name. I hope you forgot what Smriti pronounced. You can see what the name is. Educator 1, there is a spelling, right? Just try and tell me what my name is. Yes, Jasprit?
Joan Joseph.
Joan Joseph. Okay, Jasprit said Joan. Anybody else wants to try? What's my name? Come on, it's okay. Even if you make a mistake, this is the place where you'll make the mistake, right?
I am not able to
See.
find your name only. Like, I'm just looking for you.
Joane. It's Joan. That's my spelling.
John.
John. Anshul, you want to give a try? Yeah, Ravneet?
Joanne Joseph.
Joanne. Thank you. I was waiting for that. Why didn't anybody speak about the E in the end? Joanne. That's it. Like, okay.
Joanne.
So this is the typical thing that happens when people introduce me. Joanne. Javani. I don't know why, but I have been introduced on stage as Javani Joseph. And then Joan, Joanne. Oh my God. My name is Joanne Joseph. The E is silent. It's pronounced as Joanne Joseph. Now imagine you are an introducer and you come on stage and you're introducing me and you give my spelling pronunciation wrong. You may laugh about it, but trust me, the chances that you'll be called back for giving an introduction is very low. The first thing you need to do is go get the name, surname right, especially we are Indians from south to north. My dear friends, the names and the pronunciations are different. Same name has different pronunciation. Subramanyam, Subramanian, Balakrishnan, God knows. And people can take offense about that, especially people who are at, like a high status, they take offense about these things. So name and surname. Always look at what the name and surname is. And if you don't know how to pronounce it, call the speaker and ask them, sir, I'm going to introduce you for the next speech. Please tell me how to pronounce your name and surname. Absolutely no harm in that. The next thing is the background. Usually a speaker gives you a background. Okay. Now for an accomplished speaker, a very accomplished speaker, the background will run into pages. He must be 20 years into his career. He may have so many titles and so many honors. Are you going to go on and on about all his accomplishments? So how do you choose what to talk? Your theme, the theme why the audience has come to listen to that speech will decide what you're going to introduce about that person. If it's, say, a medical conference and he's a doctor and he's an accomplished doctor, but he's also a Toastmaster. He's also a great speaker and he's also a great golfer. What are you going to talk about? You're going to talk about his accomplishment as a doctor, his research papers. That is the focus point and you'll highlight that. You may say he's also a golfer and a Toastmaster, but you won't go into his accomplishments and awards in that. Not needed. So the background of the speaker needs to be adjusted by the introducer as per the need of the audience. Always remember, audience is the king. Why are they there? What is the reason that seminar is happening or that place is having the speech? Depending on that, you adjust the background. So this is the very brief preparation that is get the name, the title. The title, is he a doctor? What's the title? For example, there is a title in Toastmasters called DTM. Does anybody in this non-Toastmasters, please, are not the Toastmasters, the speech crafters, do you know what is a DTM?
I forgotten. Toastmasters, so I remember. D, I'm not able to.
So you don't know what's a DTM, right? Now imagine you have not prepared for it and you go on stage and you just see DTM. Okay, you don't know what the title means. Then while delivering the introduction, you will fumble, you'll make a mistake. Okay, so that title also need to be known. As an introducer, you need to know the title, the name, how do you pronounce it, and in the background, the information that is given, you have to scan and decide and prioritize what you're going to give. Done with preparation. Now the last point, delivery. Such an easy thing. What do you first do? The first thing you go on stage and is you say, today we are going to have, for example, Toastmaster Nancy Goyal as a speaker. No, don't do that. Never do that. First thing you go on stage and you do is you greet the audience. Step one is always greet the audience. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming onto the seminar. Thank you for your time, whatever, right? That greeting the audience is very important because always remember, audience is the most important part or factor of any seminar, any Speechcraft, anything that's happening in this world. The second thing you do is, if you have not been introduced, then give your name and title. For example, you're the first person going on stage. There is nobody saying that who you are. Then don't go in, greet the audience and directly start with the speaker. First, give your name. So you can say, good evening, everyone. Thank you for your time. I am Joanne Joseph, Toastmaster from Gabby's Toastmasters Club. Tonight, we are having the special guest, so-and-so, and then you start. If somebody has already introduced you, like in my case, Smruti has already introduced me as my name, then you don't have to go and give your name and title. Otherwise, go and give the name and title. The third step is give the name and title of the speaker in full, always in full. Like, for example, if the speaker is, say, DTM Nagesh Ramamurthy, the first time when you give the speaker's detail, you'll say, tonight we have a distinguished guest amongst us, Distinguished Toastmaster Nagesh Ramamurthy. DTM means Distinguished Toastmaster. Now, if you have not done the research, you would have never known that DTM means Distinguished Toastmaster. So, give the full title and name of the speaker. That's a very professional way to introduce. Once you have done that, you can then maybe subsequently use the title DTM. But the first time, use the full title and introduce the speaker. Then the fourth point is introduce the speech title and the concept, the theme of the speech. Don't go deep into the speech. Many times I've seen people who come to introduce, and suppose the theme of the speech is Diwali, and the speaker is going to come and talk about Diwali. And the introducer himself starts about Diwali. Oh, I had such a great experience in Diwali. I'm so fond of Diwali, or I'm not so fond of Diwali. No, no, no. Always remember, you have to establish the credibility of the speaker. Never establish any credibility for yourself. This is not about you. So don't give any input, any details into the theme of your opinion or thoughts. You're not there for that. Just tell the theme and tell the topic and tell about the speaker. That's it. You are at that point of time establishing the credibility of the speaker so that you're building that bond. Now the audience knows, okay, this person is credible enough to come and give the speech. So I should listen to him for the next 10 minutes. Don't give your opinions. That's a big taboo as an introducer. Final, last one. How do you leave? Now you have introduced, I have introduced, say, Toastmaster Smruti. Now what? Now what should I do? Leaving or exit strategy also is very important for someone who is introducing a speaker. Now there are two ways you can do that. One is, suppose you're on the virtual stage, and one is supposedly you're on a live stage, on the real stage. So let's start with the virtual stage. I'm on the virtual stage. There is no way I can shake my hands to Smruti or give her a smile. So I would say, now let's welcome Toastmaster Smruti. So I have given a title, I have given the speech title, I have given the introduction of the speaker. And now what I'll do, I will welcome Toastmaster Smruti and lead the applause. Please write this down. Very important. Lead the applause. Something that many introducers forget to do. Ask the audience to applaud when the speaker is invited. So I'll say, welcome Toastmaster Smruti on the virtual stage. Now can please everyone give a round of applause for Toastmaster Smruti. Or I can say something like, let's welcome Toastmaster Smruti with a round of applause. So lead the applause, call in the speaker, and how do you exit? Virtual stage, you can simply say, over to you, Toastmaster Smruti. Or you can simply say, Zoom Master, can you spotlight Toastmaster Smruti? So when you say spotlight someone on a technical platform, you are giving the stage to them. You're passing over the control of the stage to them. These are like a couple of words that you can always use to pass on the stage. That is one, Zoom master kindly spotlight the speaker or Toastmaster Smriti, or simply say Toastmaster Smriti or say Toastmaster Nagesh or anyone. Over to you. Control is given. Now you're done. Your job is done. If you're on a live stage, on a real stage, what do? You call in the Toastmaster or the speaker or anyone who's coming on stage, lead the applause, handshake. Very, very important. As Indians, especially as Indian women, I have seen we don't shake our hands. Shaking of hands is not about culture. It's about passing over the control. When you're on stage, that passover of the control is very important. When you shake hand with the next speaker, you're giving the control of the stage to that speaker. So just shake your hands, smile, and leave. How do you leave? Never leave over the speaker. Never go in front of the speaker. Leave from behind or leave from the side. So when you go on stage, always think of an exit strategy also. You're going on stage, remember from where you're going to go out. Never before the speaker, but from behind or from the side. Shake the hands, smile, tata, leave. Wow. For a 1 minute introduction, you needed a 7 to 10 minute of education session, right? But these are some of the minute points that make or break the difference between a professional speaker and someone who's just coming casually on stage. I'm sure casually you guys are really good speakers naturally. So casually everybody can do it. But the difference between a professional and a casual is in this fine nuances, these details that professionals think about. I hope this helps you. Always remember, you are there to bring the speaker on the high, not yourself. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster Smriti.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Joanne Joseph. I can see a raise of hand from Ravneet, please, and Rashi as well. We'll take one by one. Ravneet, please go ahead with your question.
Yeah, I wanted to ask, I'm not very sure about the title of speech, how to do. Can you just repeat it again? How to bring the speech? I didn't get that.
When introducing a speaker?
No. Okay. Yeah, while introducing speaking, how do you introduce the title of the speech?
Okay, there are multiple ways to do that. See, this is where the research comes. Suppose you are in a Toastmaster meeting. Okay, in a Toastmaster meeting, there is already a tradition, a formal setting where you introduce a speaker and title in a certain way. For example, say Atia is the speaker and the title of her speech is My Experience with Diwali, suppose. So the way you do it is Toastmaster Atia, My Experience with Diwali, My Experience with Diwali, Toastmaster Atia. Over to you. This is specifically used by Toastmasters. So once you get into the community as a Toastmaster, you will know, okay, this is the way Toastmasters use. But this is not necessarily used by anyone in the public forum. So in a public forum, you can simply go ahead and say, Toastmaster Atia. Let's welcome Toastmaster Atia on stage with a huge round of applause. Toastmaster Atia, my experience with Diwali. Over to you. Done. Leave. Now, sometimes there is no title. All these great speakers who come, like, seminars are happening, CEOs are coming, they don't necessarily they have a theme. So then you have already introduced the speaker by saying, this is the speaker. Then you have given the theme. He's going to talk about, say, I don't know, lifestyle diseases. A doctor is coming for a seminar and he's going to talk about lifestyle disease. So tonight, let's welcome Dr. XYZ, who's going to talk about his latest research on lifestyle diseases. Please give a big round of applause to Dr. XYZ. Over to you, sir. So this is where the prep comes in. The title, the way the title is introduced, the theme, what should be done. You will get to know that once you know which area, which seminar, which event you are going to give the introduction. I hope this answers your questions. If there's anything else, Ramni, please let me know.
Yeah, if we are introducing a chief guest somewhere, so they don't have a topic. So how do we?
So then see, a chief guest comes in, he's going to give the chief guest speech, right? Okay. So he's going to, so you can simply say, tonight, the chief guest is so-and-so, and then you give an introduction of all his biodata, his achievements and accomplishments. Then you will hand over the control to the chief guest. So let me now welcome so-and-so XYZ. So let me now welcome our chief guest, Ravneet Sabarwal on stage. Thank you, madam. Over to you. Done. There's no theme, there's no title, you can't do anything, right? So done.
Thank you.
Sorry, Joanne. Sorry to interrupt. You were saying something? Okay. In interest of time, Rashi will take your question as last. Then we'll move on to the next segment. Please go ahead with your question.
Me?
Yes.
I just have a request. Like, ma'am has told so many things like very nicely, and like, but I just have a request that we need just to note down a few points. So if it's in such a hurry, now I'm not able to note down the points. You know, you just skip off so many things, and once if you jot down a few things, it becomes very easy for you to remember also later. So I just had a request just to let us note down points or just point it out as pointers and make us, like you just tell, just give us few seconds in between so that at least we can note down the basic point. And elaboration we'll do because we have already heard you about it. But still, because I think there was some timer or something that you were in such a hurry. So I was not able to once you note it down, and it becomes easier and simpler to understand and take it forward. That was just my request, just to help us to note down. Like even Ravneet ma'am also was like, we miss out with few points. Once you're in a hurry, we miss out with so many things, and all things are so relevant that we actually want to seep into that. But
So
it's in such a hurry.
I can do something for you there. I
Yeah,
agree completely with you.
yeah.
The thing is that there's so many important points to think about, and 5 minutes we
Yes.
can't justify, right?
Yes,
So what I can do for you is I can put it all on paper and I can send an email to Smruti. And Smruti, if that's okay with you, you can forward it to your Speechcraft.
Yeah, that will be the best thing,
Whoever wants to go through the notes,
Yes.
let them go through.
The notes help you down the lane as well. It's not about the sessions only. It's basically once you start doing something, if you have some notes, then it is a better recap and you do it in a much better way, because otherwise you skip on and forget the points actually. So it'll be really nice. Thank you for that. If you'll just send us a mail regarding the points. That's the only request that I want to make. Yeah. Thank you.
And Smruti, it's a note for you.
Absolutely. Just I would like to add a small thing. It's a plethora of knowledge. Topics are so vast.
Yes.
Even it can be a 5 minutes delivery, it can be a 50 minutes delivery. It's all up to the decorum which we maintain. That might be another reason why we share the session recordings with you, so that at your own ease and discreet, you can play, pause, Toastmaster Joanne's part wherever and whenever you want. Having said that, we will do that. If you want additional notes, we'll arrange the
Yeah,
same.
I think written notes in the mail are far better, because hearing to the whole session at times, and you just need to have a few points to implement, like whenever you are doing.
Point
because
noted.
I'm about to conduct a few meetings and like things. So, the points given by ma'am was really, really very fine and just to improve your skills. But if you just have them somewhere written, that makes more this thing accessible and more relatable, like. So,
Point noted, Rashi. Will
okay,
definitely
thank you so much for
do the
that.
needful here.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Can we have a huge round of applause for our educator, Toastmaster Joanne Joseph, for sharing those
Yes.
insights, meaningful thought on a simple yet so important and vast topic to be taken into consideration. Thank you so much once again, Joanne, for joining us today. As I said, we have two education sessions today. The second one. Before we begin, I heard most of the evaluator talking about structure it, organize speech, frame it, do this, have a body. We are the lucky one today, then I must say, because today's second educational session is all about the speech organization. How a speech can be organized well, and all this minute and the bigger nuances of the same. To have that educational session today, we have a very special guest among us. To invite our guest today, he is a highly sought after resource person who has uploaded over 260 motivational videos at his YouTube channel, Motivating Thoughts. He hails from Kebun Baru, Singapore Toastmaster Club, and Speechweaver Toastmasters Club, and continues to share his depth of knowledge and wealth of experience unconditionally. He is currently working towards his fourth Distinguished Toastmaster title and attaining a professional coach certification. Please put your hands together to welcome Distinguished Toastmaster Brahma Kumar among us. Sir, stage is all yours. Please enlighten us on the topic speech organization. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Can everyone see me and hear me clearly?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. I understand that the three speech crafters today have presented your first speech. How was it? How did you feel at the beginning before you started? And how do you feel now?
Relaxed.
You can put in the chat or you can say it out, whichever is convenient for you.
Butterflies in the stomach in the beginning and relaxed after delivering it.
Good.
Yeah. Same. Relaxed now.
And how about Rashi? You're muted.
You're on mute, Rashi. You need to unmute.
Yeah, thank you. No, I was a bit nervous earlier, but I'm getting quite a number of insights and like becoming more confident towards improvement.
Good. I'm sharing with you something that is already in your Speechcraft portal. So when you go there, you'll see this. You'll see this main portal, and then all the topics that are being shared today, not only today, from the first session onwards will be here. So today I'm zooming in on this, prepare to speak. So when we look at preparation, we look at how we prepare, how we plan, it's a structure, and then practice, 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 till it becomes perfect. It's very important for us to have a structure because they say, he who fails to plan, plans to fail, plans to fail. He who fails to plan, plans to fail. So we need to have a certain structure. So when we look at structures, there are many different types. And to make it very engaging, I'm going to ask you a question. Just unmute and answer it. Look at this first one. Peter wants to present information about different types of dogs from 3 different groups: hound, working, and spotting. He also wants to present examples from each group. What would be the best way to structure this speech? I just want one of the speech crafter to give your answer, and then I will select it. And then we'll see if it's correct or not. How about Rashi? I can see you first.
Yeah, I'm not able to actually get the multiple choices, what they exactly mean. Topical, spatial, casual, and chronicle. I think chronological may be a better option for that.
Okay, we put out there and see whether it's correct. Not.
Okay.
Now you look at it. He wants to present information about different types of dog from 3 different groups. 3 different groups, that's the clue there.
Okay. So I think topical will be more this thing, because according to the topic, he will be.
Yes, you're correct.
Yeah.
So he will look at the 3 different types of groups and then dogs, and then he will go category by category. That is going by topical.
Topically, yeah.
The next one, Mary feels that the organization could be doing more to reach out to guests. So she's in customer service, right? She wants to start an email for potential customers. What is the best way for Mary to present this idea in a speech to her organization? Think about it, and then you can just say the answer. Doesn't matter you're right or wrong, we are all learning.
It's my turn.
Solution. Problem and solution.
Problem and solution. Let's see if it's correct. Yeah, you're right. So there is a problem, right? There's a gap, and she wants to fill up the gap. Next one. Saif is passionate about trains. He has liked them since he was a child. He wants to share the history of the locomotive. Locomotive means of the vehicle with his Toastmasters Club. Its invention, how it changed the world, and its modern day role in the transportation industry. What is the best way for Saif to organize his speech?
Comparative.
Say again.
Comparative.
Chronology.
Comparative.
Okay. Chronology means coming from the past, present, and future.
Comparative.
Let's try again. Let's go to chronological. That's not couldn't. Something went wrong. So it is chronological because you're talking from the past and then you're going into the future. Sonia is interested in different economic structures of two countries. The clue here is two countries. They would like to present the similarities and differences. What is the best organizational structure?
Comparative, yeah.
Comparative.
Yes, you're right. Because you're comparing two. It's like comparing an apple to an orange. They're both fruits. What is the similarities? What is the differences? Right? Francisca wants to talk about climbing the world's tallest mountain. She likes to talk about what happens to the body at different levels of elevation on a mountain. What is the best way to structure her presentation? Just give a guess. It doesn't matter whether you're right now. We are all learning. I couldn't hear. I couldn't hear.
Spatial, I'm not able to get what spatial means like.
It has to do with space. Space.
Okay, no, I think problem and solution is the.
No, it's not. It should be this. Spatial. Because he's talking about climbing the mountains, and then he's talking about at very different levels what happens to you, right? So it has to do with space. As you go higher, right? You're getting further and further. So it has to do with space.
Yeah.
Right? Next one is Thomas is preparing a speech about the impact a positive attitude can have for everyone. He wants to use a day in his office when he works with a colleague to approach a project positively. What will be the best way to structure the speech? His speech.
Topical.
Particular, general, and particular.
Yeah, correct. Right? Don't worry, later we'll tell with an explanation on each of the different categories. So who wants to tell her audience that regular exercise contributes to better overall health? What will be the best way to structure this speech? Regular exercise contributes to better health.
Problem solution.
Correct? No.
Topical. No.
No, it should be causal. Cause and effect.
Causal
right? So
is
it's over.
causal.
Cause
So
and effect.
I read it casual.
Yeah, this is one. Causal. It's called causal. This one. Right? So now we look at each of the different categories to understand them better. So what is topical? A topical structure organizes speeches by topics and subtopics. So categories and subtopics. For example, if you're talking about movies, let's say we're talking about just, for example, only Hindi movies or Bollywood movies. We will go by romantic, horror movies, historical movies, and those. So there are many categories, right? Comedies. So those, the main topic will be films, movies. Subtopic will be the different type of genres. So this is how you break your topic, your main subject into different topics. So let's say you're talking about yourself, right? It can be my family. That's one subtopic. My career, one subtopic. My Toastmaster experience or my public speaking experience. So three different categories. So they become topical. So you break your speech into sections that explain major concepts related topic, followed by smaller and smaller subtopics. course, it depends on how much time you have given, right? If you're given only 7 minutes, you can only choose 2, 3. If you're given 12 or 20 minutes, you can choose more. Right? Now let's go to spatial. Spatial structure organizes speech by geography or the physical structure of the topic. So look at the word keyword here, geography. Construct a speech that discusses the impact of your topic on a region or the world. So let's say we talk about this common thing, save the planet, sustenance, recycling. So you would go by geography, you'll talk about how is it done in India, how it's done in Singapore, how it's done in USA. So you go by geographical area. Another way, maybe you talk about how it is done at a state in India and then the whole of India. So that's also spatial. It has to do with space. Space means area, region, so forth. So this is just an example. All this is given in your portal, so I won't go into detail. Next, we go to causal. A causal structure organizes speech to link a cause to an effect. So just remember cause and effect. Right? Simple ways, karma. You do something good, good comes back to you. You do something bad will return to you. So this is causal, which means there's a cause and effect. So what happens if a country has a very high percentage of literacy? If the people 70% to 80% are highly educated, what happens to that country? So they see there's an effect. So if you look at India, one of the states known as Kerala has a very high literacy rate. And because they have a high literacy rate, they have many newspapers and so on. And even if you look at the movies that come from Kerala, they are very, very interesting. They explore a lot of different topics. So that's why causal, cause to an effect. We're talking about the effects of tsunami, effects of poverty. All right. So you talk about what is poverty, what is the outcome. So this is quite an easy way to approach for certain topics, especially you're talking about very general topics that affects the whole of mankind. Going to comparative, the keyword is compare. If I'm talking about two fruits, apple and pear, I compare the similarities between apple and pear. They're both fruits, both have skin, and they are quite good for the health. When I look at differences, the skin of the orange is thicker, whilst that of an apple is thin. Apples tend to be a bit sweet when compared to oranges. So there are a lot of comparisons. And then where do they come from? How do you eat? You can just bite an apple and eat it just like that. For an orange, you need to peel off the skin before you eat. So you see, I look at the similarities and the differences. If you got any question, just keep it in your mind and later you can ask me, right? Moving on to problem and solution. Very simple, right? There needs to be a problem, that means there's a solution. For a long time, I was a loquacious speaker and I was looking for a platform where I could voice my thoughts, a platform where I can share my ideas, my feelings, my thoughts. And as I went along the search, I found that the Toastmasters platform was the best for me. So there's a cause and there's an effect. Sorry, there's a problem and there's a solution to it. Right? That's one example I've given. Particular, general, particular. So we start with something that on a broader context and talk about the main thing, and then we zoom in. The example given at the beginning of your speech is echoed in the conclusion to help explain your primary message. So in this speech, you might begin by telling a story about your youth and a challenge you face at school. So the body of your speech might relate to improving conditions, your community, schools, blah, blah, blah. Your conclusion then would tie back to your experience as a child and how your proposed change would have improved your experience. And normally this is a structure many of the world champions are using. They will start with some problem that they had, some situation they had, how they overcome it, and now how they use that experience to help others. So there is a famous speech where this Sri Lankan guy, I really cannot pronounce his full name, but he says something like, "I see something in you, but I don't know what it is." Somewhere early in the speech, he would be one day prisoned for doing some silly thing, and his mother will come, and then his mother will be so upset, and he will be upset. And then when he comes out from bail, he's just a one-day jailer, one day in the jail. The parent will send him to work with a gentleman. So the first thing the gentleman says is that he looks at him and says, "I see something in you, but I don't know what it is." And then he will work on to say how he came out of his situation, became a better person, and became a person who's helping others to change their life, make a difference in their own life. And then he will conclude by saying, looking at the audience, will say, "I see something in you, but I don't know what it is." So you can see from the beginning to the end, there's a connection. So this is the sort of techniques that many of the world champions of public speaking will use. But this is also another topic, a technique that you can use. So there are about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different techniques to organize a speech. You can experiment with each of them. The next few speeches you give will ask you mainly to have either an informative speech, entertaining, or something where you want to make a change in somebody's life. So to be persuasive or inspirational. Just hold on there, hold on there. Okay, can ask. Yes, Rashi, can ask. You are muted.
Like this causal and the problem solution, aren't they quite similar? Because there is a cause and effect in that. And like the cause is like a problem, and maybe the effect is like a solution to it and what we can do about it. Like,
Problem means there is a problem. Cause means it did not be a problem.
okay, a
It's
cause
like,
may not be a problem, but problem is a problem.
yeah, problem means there is something that needs to be done to solve it.
Yeah.
That's why you
Okay.
need a solution.
Okay. Cause
Causal
is the
means
general thing. Okay.
cause to an effect. By
Okay.
going regularly to school, so that's the cause, going to school. The effect
Okay.
is becomes educated, becomes
Okay.
literate,
Yeah.
able
Yeah.
to survive in the digital world.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So that
Yeah.
is cause and effect. It's slightly different. Slight
Yes.
difference only.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Got it. Got it. Got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Moving on. So all the questions done. Right? So the first one now is topical. Talking about different breeds of dog. The second one, cause and effect, right? Could be doing more to reach out to guys and new customers. So it's a problem solution. There's something that needs to be rectified, right? Then he's talking about trains, he's talking about history. History already is chronology, right? It has to do with time. So that's the correct answer. Then interested in different economic structures of two. When you have two or three, it's already comparative, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then here is talking about different levels of elevation. I mean, as you're climbing up, how the body experiences changes. So it has to be with spatial, right? Finally, a speech about the impact of positive attitude can have. Once I use an example of his day, it's a bit confusing, but best actually is talking about something particular, then going to general, then coming to particular. So it's like they call it the funnel, something general. I'm going to talk about poverty. So when I talk about the global situation, then I zoom down to Asia, then I zoom down further down to one country. Then I reverse it. So you may think that what happens in this country does not affect the world, but it does. And then you go to the Asian context, and then you go to the global context, right? So here, regular exercises contributes to better overall health is actually it's actually a cause and effect. It's not a problem, right? So the next thing we do is opening, body, transition, closing. And get yourself very confused with that. Focus on the body. Focus on the body. What is it that you want to say to your audience? The body, right? So typically, if it's a 7-minute speech, I have 3 main points. So I have 3 main points now. Let's say I'm talking about food. Then I talk about vegetarian food, non-vegetarian food. The third one is food that cannot be consumed because of cultural differences, right? So let's say my first one, I'm talking about vegetarian food. What does vegetarian food mean? Maybe there are subcategories, right? Some don't take eggs, some don't take onions, all that. So I explain all that. Then I go to non-vegetarian food, saying which kind of uh, food I'm referring to. Then let's say I come to taboo foods. Then here I would say there are certain foods that is harmful for the body, yet certain cultures are taking it. For example, insects, worms in certain countries. But it is not acceptable in certain situations. So you see, then again also you can bring about the holy cow and the halal, pork that is forbidden by certain religions, beef that is forbidden by certain religions, and so forth. So you see, I have 3 different categories, right? 3 different subtopics. So this is my body. So how do I want to start the topic? You must grab the attention right at the beginning. The first few seconds, you must capture the audience. First few session must capture the audience. So that's why the opening is very important. How can we do it? Ask a question. If I was offer you a plate of worms roasted with nice aroma, would you take it? That's a shocking way of asking question. Or I can give you a quotation on food. Or I can tell you a story. I was in Bali and they served me pork. I was very shocked because I thought that is a Muslim country, but they were serving pork. But guess what? They are not Muslims. They are Hindu. The population of Bali consists mainly of Hindus. So you see another way of opening the story, the speech. Then we have transition, right? Transition is how you move from one topic to another. So I will talk vegetarian food, non-vegetarian food, and then food that is taboo. So let's say at the beginning, I'm talking about vegetarian food. Say, I have spoken about vegetarian food, but there are some people who cannot live without meat. Let me share with you about non-vegetarian food. Yeah. Then there are people who want to go for exotic food, but there's some kind of food that is not acceptable or forbidden in certain cultures. Let's look at what are these. So you can see I'm giving you like a signpost, right? As I move to each subtopic, I'm giving you a signpost. That's what it means by transition. This is very evident in movies. Very evident in movies. When they move from one scene to another, there will be some kind of a link that oh, now they're going to talk about this. Now they're going to talk about that. There will be some kind of a transition. For example, they could be pouring milk into a cup, and then that cup, as the milk is revolving, suddenly turns into the wheels of a car. Have you seen things like that, right? Or from one thing they go to another. This is called transition in movies. Similarly, in your speech, there should be transition, so as to keep your audience engaged continuously. Then the closing is a strong conclusion summarizing your speech. So there's a possibility for some people to come to the beginning and then talk about it. Go back to the beginning. At first, I spoke to you about food. And today I shared with you the different kind of food. Or I can go back to my quotation. Or I can go back to you about a question. Ladies and gentlemen, if you were in Vietnam, you will not say no to a plate served with worms because that is acceptable in that culture. So you say, how I bring you back to where I started. And that becomes a good conclusion. Other ways is call for action. Now, all of you know what is the effect of dumping rubbish at one corner of our country and not doing anything about it. Its long-term effects, its impact on our society. So what should all of us do? Then the audience, let them listen to you while you pause and say, this is what I've done. And then you share blah, blah, blah. Would you like to join me on this endeavor? If yes, here's my email. Then you provide all the details. That's a call for action. So there are many, many ways you need to experience. Now, if you go to click this button, this light bulb, there are examples of transitions. You can do it at your own time. Remember, everything here that I'm sharing with you and others is already in your portal. You need to go there and look at it to understand it at your own free time. So we need to have a good preparation to have a good presentation. Mark Twain himself said that a good impromptu speech takes 2 weeks to prepare. Just for impromptu speech. So for everything else, it's the same. The world champions start 2 years earlier. Today they start for the 2 years from now means in 2025, if I am taking part in a contest and I want to go all the way to the world championship, I will start today. So that's how they prepare beforehand. That every speaker has a unique style. Just like every actor, right? Amitabh Bachchan's acting is different from Rajinikanth. Rajinikanth is different from Kamal Hassan, and so on. If you look at Aishwarya Rai, if you listen to Deepika Padukone, they all have different styles. So each of you speakers are also like a style. You have your own style. You will learn what is your style as you present more speeches. Some of us are good at telling stories. Some of us have very witty way of speaking. You can bring in humor anywhere, anytime. Others are very good at presenting information in a very simple way, like TED Talk speakers. So it depends on your style, and you will discover it as you experiment. You need to practice before you give a speech. So set aside some time to do that. Using the Udly software at Toastmasters International, you can record your speech. It will give you a transcript as well as the exact timing for each sub-element of your speech. And then practice as much as you can so that you become perfect. Normally, they say practice in front of a mirror, practice in front of your friend, practice when you're alone, practice when you're on the train also by listening to your speech, remembering your cue points, For every word that you write, there must be some kind of a cue saying that at this point in my speech, I will talk louder. At this point, I will pause. At this point, so in brackets, you can put all these different cues that will remind you what to do at each stage of your speech. Finally, you have to listen to your speech. So if your next speech is going to be 2 to 4 minutes, you must know how much time you need to allocate for each component. That's why they say don't start your speech. Say today my topic is ABC. Thank you everyone for coming, listening, and all that. You lose a lot of time. Go straight, dive in, and conclude. Because someone has already introduced you before you spoke. And that's it. Review and then apply. Really look at your speech, see where you have done well, where you can improve. You always have a evaluator to give you feedback. So the next step for you all will be, you have done your I speaker speech, you will be doing the next one, which will be either entertaining, informative, or persuasive speech. So there will be a speech outline given there, follow it, prepare your speech, make sure you have like I said, you start from the middle, the body, and then once you know what you're going to talk about, have a good beginning and end. Watch a few videos, as many videos as possible. Not only Toastmasters, can also be TED Talks and other inspirational videos, like Simon Sinek and so forth. And then you get from them, how did they start? How did they continue? How did they conclude the speech? and then get into the same practice. And practice also means to practice speaking, because what is written, what is spoken can differ over time. For example, if I use the word, there's a lot of opportunity for me to share my thoughts with you. The word opportunity is a 4 or 5 syllable word. If I replace it by a shorter word, there's a lot of choices. See, it's easier for me to speak, right? I won't make mistakes when there's no chance of me mispronouncing the word choice. But opportunity is a long word. In my rush to complete my speech, I may say wrongly, pronounce it wrongly, or miss out a syllable. So these are things that we need to look at. Also look for words that are familiar. No point putting in jargon because you have to explain it. You put a simple word, everyone understands it, layman understands it, easier for everyone to digest. So next step for you is to review what is your next speech and what you're going to do. I think you will have a discussion with your mentor or guides later, so you can clear your doubts with that. And that's it for today. So this is what I've presented to you. If you have any questions, you can ask now. Timer, am I still on time?
Yes, sir. We bit overboard on the time part, but thank you so much for sharing a detailed knowledge about the topic of organizing a speech with example and exams parallelly at the same time. Thank you so much for your time. In interest of time, if any speech crafter have any question on the given topic, we will pass on to you. You can please post it on the group or directly message me. We would love to answer that directly, or I'll forward the same to distinguished Toastmaster Brahma to answer. Thank you so much. Can we have a huge round of applause for him, his time, and his knowledge? Thank you so much. With that, the session 2 comes to an end. I would like to thank all the role takers for taking out time and sharing their inputs with us. The coming speech, the delivery, the session will be not the next week, rather will be on the 18th of November. We will skip the 11th November part in Diwali in place. So 18th November, we are connecting again. Regarding the speech details, what you need to present, everything will be shared with you well in advance. So thank you so much once again. To Timer Atiha, thanks a lot for being there till the end. You can share the rest report with me directly. With that, I'll close the meeting. However, I'll request the speech crafter to stay with me separately and Mr. Toastmaster Saurabh Datta to have a quick discussion. Thank you so much. I'll just pause it.